So from Pluto, what you can expect is an annual policy for Europe will cost about between 30 and 35 pounds as kind of base, and then you can add extras to it, and then kind of an annual global policy will cost you more about 50 pounds.
Harry, thank you so much for coming into the studio today. We're going to talk about your company Pluto, but we're also going to talk mainly about why people hate travel insurance, right? I used to be an insurance broker, so I can feel people's pain. I can feel your pain. I know you're watching. So why do people hate travel insurance?
Yeah, good question. So, I mean, there's three main reasons that we talk about. So firstly is that it's just so complicated. So, traditionally with the insurance industry, there's so much jargon, so much small print that, people don't understand what it is that they're buying. And then if they do have a travel insurance policy, they don't know what it is that they're covered for.
Okay.
So that's number one reason.
So complicated and not knowing what you're signing up to.
Exactly,
okay.
Exactly. Secondly is they just don't see the value in it, and it's related to the fact that they don't understand what it is. But there's so many different parts of travel insurance. Things like cancellation cover. If you can't go on holiday, you can claim your money back from that trip, and all that type of stuff. They just don't really see the value in travel insurance. And the third one is just there's a real lack of trust in the industry. So
as if they're going to pay out if something goes wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. So the audience that we're going after, in particular, more of the millennial audience, they either think that the insurer is not going to pay out on the policy at all, or they're going to make it as difficult as possible to pay out on that policy, like paper forms, having to walk down to the post office and all that type of rubbish.
Right, okay, so we've got what? We've got, they don't understand it, right? We've got, it's complicated, which is probably they don't understand it, but they don't trust it.
Yeah.
And the third one,
they just don't value the product.
They don't value the product because again, if they don't know what they're getting, they can't really put a value on it.
Exactly.
But anyone that's gone through either cancelling a flight or being sick abroad will know the advantage of obviously having something if they had something in place, right? And again, of course, as long as the insurance company paid out as well. So what are you guys doing to solve this, right? This is probably something I should have known a couple of years ago when I was selling this stuff.
Yes, I mean, there's kind of three pillars that we talk about in terms of how we're trying to solve that. So we're trying to make it easy to understand, tailored to the individual, and completely hassle-free.
How are you doing that?
So in terms of easy to understand, it's about, removing all of that jargon that comes with a traditional insurance product,
Give it in normal English.
Exactly, just plain English, using really simple examples. We've got a bit of a weird benefit for the team in the sense that none of us have got, years and years experience in insurance. Okay. So we're not caught up in that jargon. We just talk in, simple language, pub chat, as we like to talk. So that's kind of the first one, making it easy to understand. Secondly is about making it tailored to the individual and making the pricing really transparent. Okay. So what we do is when you're buying insurance with Pluto, we break it down into the main components of the policy. We let you kind of tailor the limit that you want to choose, and then as you select that, you see the price updating in real time. So it's not like you have to kind of go through a price comparison website, answer a load of questions, and then get all this stuff thrown at you. In real time, you see how kind of what you're selecting is then impacting your price directly.
So what are you guys able to do when it comes to trust? Because trust isn't something that you guys can really look after. It's more like, because I take it you're nearly like a broker as such, is it? So when it comes to trust, insurance companies still need to pay out. So how are you going to get around that one?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a couple of things. There's from a more technical point of view, we're partners with Zurich Insurance, and the reason we partner with them is they've got the best claims payout. So they paid out on 99% of claims last year. So that's a big part of it. We needed a partner that are going to be able to deliver on that. But then the second big thing is, kind of it comes back to our ambition and why we started Pluto. We started Pluto because we saw that this insurance industry was really crap, but we also, all three of us founders, really love to travel. So we really made Pluto for travel lovers, kind of by travel lovers. So we're more bothered about helping people have a great experience and claim for what they deserve, rather than kind of doing over at people and trying to make money. That's not the sole objective.
So what's the mission for you guys? Because you're obviously going to try and clean up the whole travel insurance thing with it. What is the main mission for you?
So our mission comes down to making the bad bits of travelling better. So, like I say, we love to travel. The travel experience itself is great, and there's loads of people doing lots of great stuff in terms of making that experience even better.
Did one of you guys have a bad experience with travel insurance in the past?
I mean, yeah, loads of us. It's kind of like cancelled flights, overnight stays in airports, delayed flights, and then missing connections, all that type of stuff. Injuries abroad, poor experiences.
Did you have cover for those, or?
Luckily, we were covered, but the experience of claiming kind of. One of our co-founders, James, had an injury whilst he was skiing, and it was kind of 6 weeks or something, 8 weeks until he was able to claim anything back.
Right.
So he's gone through this stress of.
How soon should you be able to claim something like that back?
I mean, we've had it so, a big part of our proposition is about making the claims hassle-free. So you can make a claim through your phone. So we've had people, something will happen to them whilst they're abroad. Yeah. They'll submit the claim through their phone, and they'll get paid out by the time that they get home. So we're trying to make it as quick as possible. At the moment we're able to do that in about a week or two, but as we continue to improve that, we want to make it as quick as possible.
How difficult is it going to be for you guys going forward, right? Because we all know, like, some of the new online banks now, like you've got your Monzos and you've got your Revoluts and all that, and they make it quite simple that you can just, for £7 a month or £10 a month, whatever it might be, you can have travel insurance, right? Is that something that's going to affect you guys, or can you actually team up with anyone like that?
Yes, it's a good question. I mean, the way we're looking at it is, at the moment, the travel insurance kind of service is a case of you buy your product, it's often a crap experience, and then you might never use it or never see it again unless you have to make a claim, and then that's usually bad experience. What we want to do is, how can we deliver value to our customers after that purchase experience? So, we're going to be releasing services in the next kind of 3 to 6 months, which is about helping people prepare for their trip, taking care of them whilst they're away, and then of course having their back if something goes wrong. So, just adding travel insurance to, your bank accounts is just the first step in that journey. So you've been working with a couple of the neobanks about how we can do that, and that's a great way to the kind of door into the Pluto experience, really. But it's very much just the starting point, and there's loads of other stuff that we want to offer to our customers after that purchase experience.
I suppose the main advantage as well is that you're able to really personalize it, right? Where when you sign up to something with one of the banks, it's kind of like broad. For everyone, you've got some sort, like, I know I have it, but I don't know what I'm covered for.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just hoping if something happens, I'll get on to Revolut, who was who I'm with. I'll get on to Revolut and go, yeah, I've got travel insurance. Well, you weren't covered for that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm covered with stuff. But like, at least this now, you can really dig deep into what someone needs, when they're going, where they're going. Yeah. How much should traveling, I know it's different for everyone, right? But roughly, because some people could think it's like, it's a tenner to add on to flights, or some people might think it's a couple of hundred to add on to your trip. I know it's going to be different for everyone, but what can you expect averagely to be paying for travel insurance?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things where you get what you pay for, right? So you could go to.
So my tenner is probably covering nothing.
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
So you can go to a price comparison website and you can pay £10 for an annual cover, and the chances you're not going to be covered for very much. And if it comes to actually claiming for something, you're going to have an absolute nightmare. So kind of back to your point about how do we build trust. We want to position ourselves as offering a really great product at a fair price. So from Pluto, what you can expect is an annual policy for Europe will cost about between £30 and £35 as kind of base, and then you can add extras to it, and then kind of an annual global policy will cost you more about £50. So when you think about what that costs per day, like 10p per day, and then you hear the stories of what might happen. You go to America and kind of you have an accident and you can rack up a bill of hundreds of thousands of pounds. It's a relatively small price to pay.
So say, because I know a lot of our audience are all entrepreneurs, right? And they travel a lot for work. Based in the UK, travel to other countries in Europe to raise money for business meetings, whatever it might be. What type of insurance should they have?
So It's a good question, actually, and in the next couple
Probably
of
put you on the
weeks.
spot, did I?
Well, no, we're about to launch cover for business
Nice.
travel
Okay.
insurance. So, you know, it's the same really as buying a normal travel insurance policy. You select where it is that you're going, what type of cover limits that you want, and then with Pluto, it's super easy just to add cover for your business trip. So then you've got a policy that you can use if you're, you know, going away for leisure, but also if you're going away for a business meeting as well. So it's fundamentally the same product with a little bit of extra.
Also being able to put it through the company as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Harry, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been super interesting, and best luck with building Pluto.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Cheers.